So in this video, my intent or my general outcome is to give an outline in relation to my experience with the offensive security. Well, it's not really mainly around that. It's based on a bunch of different things. But the key thing, is just sort of speaking over my outcome for the offensive security experience, I suppose, if you want to call it that. And I'm glad to say that I passed my OSCE, and I passed my OSCP exam, which is really interesting. Practical exam, somewhat difficult to a degree. So that's that, and that's one of the key fundamental things that I intended to sort of outline there. But one of the main things, was around my sort of certificates and one of my experiences that I had, when I had like my celebratory dinner in relation to my OFSEC certifications and stuff of that nature. Offensive security switched the methodology in which they do their certification, and they stopped sort of doing delivery certifications or physical certificates and only do virtual certificates from this point onwards. So that kind of pissed me off a bit. There's a bunch of other things, and so I burned my OSCE certificate, which wasn't really a good thing to do. But then at the same time, I don't really mind because I still got my OSCE. No, my OSCP cert here. So what it looks like. Looks pretty decent in essence. This is my OSCP certificate. And I have the card here, as you can see, which is pretty cool. And in relation to just going over that was really interesting and was one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had to undertake. And it's something that I endeavor to even get a deeper experience of in relation to the overall aspect, because it enables you to think in a dynamic way and really experience technology in a way unlike any other. So in relation to my OSCE, I still got the card here, but I no longer have the certificate, which is a bit of a shame in relation to that. So this is my OSCE certificate card, and so I try to treat this as a private key in essence. So I consider this to be somewhat akin to a private key. So this is my OSCE, and I attribute it to be somewhat similar to a private key. So I managed to regenerate the certificate, but in a different format, and that the way that the certificate has been presented to me is very different. And I think of these things in a different way and involve a lot of science in relation to time travel, and not even time travel, just like modularities in reality, right? Observations of reality. So my new certificate is this, which is a bit bizarre in itself, to be frankly honest, but this is what I consider to be my new regenerated certificate. So this is a Shamash tablet, which is a sun god tablet, and I feel that this was made for me prior, because although the meanings of my perception changes, but that's how we switch and diversify reality, and I intend to sort of explain the formalities and go into a bit more depth as to why I believe this to be akin to my OSCE regenerated certificate, in line with my experiences throughout that process. And as you can see, it's ancient, as they say, ancient in days.